What can you tell me about William Marshall?
Not much. History paints the story he was the greatest knight who ever lived. Amongst the immortals, he had a yet greater legend.
Warum ist die Wache von Priven besessen von ihm? Wie kommt er zu solch einem Ruf?
Why is the Guard of Priwen so obsessed with him?
He was the only ancient vampire to escape the first great hunt launched by the Guard of Priwen in 1854. They believe he's an evil creature plotting his return.
Wie kommt er zu solch einem Ruf?
Why would he deserve such a reputation?
I cannot say. The Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole has next to no intelligence on him. All I know is that he's supposed to be the oldest of all the British vampires.
Ich weiß gar nicht, ob am Ende er uns geschaffen hat oder ob es ein ganz anderer Ur-Vampir war. Sie glauben, wir hätten die Epidemie geschaffen?
Why would the Guard of Priwen believe you and I created the vampire epidemic?
Maybe due to our profession. Because I offered you shelter in my hospital.
While investigating the epidemic, I read some of McCullum's findings. I think you have some explaining to do.
I have nothing to hide, Jonathan. Nothing at all.
Na dann, raus damit.
Do you remember when we suspected Sean Hampton of killing Harriet Jones?
Yes. The terrible episode that came as a shock to us all.
Harriet Jones faked her own death. When I found her in the sewers, she confessed she wanted everybody to pay for what happened to her.
That woman was extremely bitter, full of hatred and festering anger.
Ja, ist bei mir Dauerzustand, by the way.
Do you know Doris Fletcher's real name?
No, I'm afraid not.
Her real name was Doris Jones. She was the daughter of Harriet Jones.
What do you want me to say, Jonathan?
Doris Fletcher hat sich im Pembroke angesteckt.
Doris Fletcher visited her mother at the Pembroke Hospital. That's how she first got infected.
I know nothing about that. Miss Fletcher once came to visit the sick. That is all I know.
No, Edgar, there is more. Doris Fletcher was Harriet Jones's daughter. They exhibited the same symptoms: blind hate and strong physical mutation.
What does this sad story have to do with us?
Einfach alles. Erkennen Sie das Muster nicht? Wissen Sie, wo wir sind? Dies ist kein Zufall.
Come on, Edgar. Don't you see the pattern here? The epidemic, the link between Doris and Harriet, the suspicion of McCullum?
How could I? I never saw Harriet Jones again after she fled the hospital.
Do you know where we are? Doris Fletcher's theatre. This is where that hateful creature plotted to spread the epidemic across London.
I only briefly met Miss Fletcher once when she visited the Pembroke Hospital. You say it was to see her mother. She seemed like such a sweet and graceful woman.
My point exactly. The disease turned her into a bitter soul, driven by vengeance just like her mother. A symptom of all the infected patients.
Certain diseases are known to produce similar effects. Rabies, for example. And rabies is not the devil at work.
Also wenn das die Symptome für zukünftige Skulls sind, dann bin ich schon seit Jahrzehnten gut davon gekommen. Bisher keine Mutation.
Doris and Harriet shared more than a hidden family bond. They were the embodiment of the epidemic and are linked to the Pembroke Hospital. Come on, Edgar, this is no coincidence.
I swear I'm at a complete loss. All I did was administer vampire blood to cure old Harriet. There was no evil plan, no diabolical plot.
You did what?
I tested the regenerating and healing properties of vampire blood on Harriet Jones. My only intention was to find the cure for influenza, I swear.
Whose blood did you use? William Marshall's? Mine?
Lady Ashbury's. While transfusing her with human blood, humanely appeasing her hunger, I also kept samples of her blood for my research.
You used her blood on Harriet Jones? My God, Edgar, that's unethical. You betrayed 2 of your patients at the same time.
I made a mistake. But what is science if not trial and error? We both know it, Jonathan, we both know it.
What a poor justification for your morbid fascination and thirst for glory.
You have worked beside me. You saw what I'm doing at Pembroke Hospital. Jonathan, you know I'm not an evil soul. Just another victim of this tragedy.
Sterben lassen, sie haben es verdient. Eigentlich nicht. Verwandeln, du opferst dabei 3000 EP, die ich gar nicht habe. Ich lasse sie nicht sterben. Aussaugen. Ich werde ihren Tod beschleunigen. Uff. Wollte schon sagen. Nicht, dass hier noch irgendwas passiert, das ich nicht will. Ihn verwandeln. Jetzt wäre natürlich hilfreich zu wissen, wie habe ich bei meinem ersten Let's Play entschieden. Ich habe aber keine 3000 EP. Kann man ins Minus gehen? Ich meine, wir hatten ja nicht mal einen Tausender. Also wie soll ich jetzt 3000 EP opfern können? Der Dialog dürfte gar nicht da sein. Es könnte jetzt natürlich ein richtig böses Ding sein, dass diese Entscheidung einfach alles zerstört, was ich aufgebaut habe. Sterben lassen, sie haben es verdient. Nein, hat er ja nicht. Das ergibt keinen Sinn. Den Tod beschleunigen wäre zwar auch human. Geht das?
No, Edgar, you are not going to die. Unless you want to.
What do you mean?
I can save you, Edgar. I can turn your broken body into one like mine.
You truly would? After all I've done, after all that's been said, you would offer me this gift?
I have no way of knowing which punishment would be worse, Edgar. But it is not for me to decide. So?
Oh, please, Jonathan, please. I beg you. This is what I've always wanted. This is what I've always searched for.
Very well, then.
Oh nein.
Prepare to die and be reborn. To face an eternity of guilt.
I'm ready. Oh, indeed, I am ready.
Ich hätte ihn aussaugen sollen, wahrscheinlich.
Enough!
Wir haben einen mächtigen Arzt geschaffen. Oh, bitte lass es jetzt nicht das Falscheste von Falschen. Hinweis fehlgeschlagen. Man kann tatsächlich mit den EP ins Minus gehen. Interessant. Edgar verwendete Lady Ashburys Blut, um verbotene Experimente an Harriet Jones durchzuführen. So, bereite dich darauf vor, das Desaster zu bekämpfen. Sprich mit Lady Ashbury. Aha. Warum war eigentlich diese Tür immer zu? Alter Liebesbrief. Dein dir verfallener Colhon. Interessant. Oh, war für eine Weile der Liebhaber der berühmten Schauspielerin Doris Fletcher. Ah, was? Wieso? Warum? Egal. Es sind alle gesund. So. Bitte lass es mich nicht bereuen. So, nochmal genau hier alles abklappern. Und wo ist Lady Ashbury? In ihrem Haus. Oh Mann. Jetzt sind wir wieder in unbekannten Gefilden. Ich bin nicht davon überzeugt, dass das jetzt wirklich so die richtige Idee war.
So Harriet Jones became the original carrier when Edgar gave her vampire blood. I must tell Elizabeth.
Cross the leads, boys!
Ja, genau. Ohne Vorwarnung. So offen sage ich will doch bloß looten. Dass das Looten gesperrt ist im Kampf. Sakrilege. Da kam. 3 Sekunden kommen ihnen vor wie eine halbe Stunde. So. Das muss jetzt sein, oder was? Durch den Park. Nee. Das ist ja fast genauso eine beschissene Idee. Oh. Komm, mach deine Patrouille, verpiss dich, du elender Hurensohn.